Hi, I'm Lizzo. I have an album coming out in 23 days, and I bet you nobody even knows that.
My album just dropped, and I don't think a poster's big enough, honey.
I'm a bitch, I'm a lover.
I had all of these high hopes, I think, for what we would do the first week.
Hey Lizzo, today we are talking about you, girl. Lizzo. Oh my days, this is a global pop star, you guys. She is absolutely talented. I'm sure you guys know her. And I want to discuss her today, particularly her weight loss transformation. In fact, she kind of was on the list of the artists or celebrities or influencers that I wanted to speak about in regards to weight loss, because I'm taking a bit of a different direction, with a new direction with my channel now, where I'm really looking at women's glow ups, particularly where it pertains to weight loss and transformation, and also life after divorce and the glow up after divorce. And this is an all girls zone, as you know, guys. It's about your femininity. It's about being the best version of you. And I think this particular topic is quite interesting because I have quite a few celebrities that I wanted to go down a list, and Lizzo was definitely on them, including Adele and her weight loss transformation, Jennifer Hudson, Oprah Winfrey. I've got a list. But Lizzo, sweetie, let's talk, because she's obviously trending, and it's not necessarily positive, okay? She is receiving a lot of scrutiny and criticism for the latest release of her album, to which has resulted in poor album sales, okay? And this is the pure sales, as in what you buy with your money. People, obviously, for the most part, we stream these days, but artists still do rely on actual sales, okay? And I'm trying to wonder how they do that. Do people go to HMV anymore and buy CDs or records or tapes? Because I don't. If I want to listen to music, I go on YouTube. I don't even have a Spotify a membership anymore right now. One source is enough for me, honey. We are saving money. It's a bit difficult for me to kind of jump into this type of, topic or this style of commentary or content, because I obviously have never done it before. And then she's also a sister, and she's a sister who is currently receiving a lot of backlash. So I want to go easy on her, and I want to remind you that she's actually a global star. So we're going to talk about her today. Lizzo's weight loss has been absolutely noticeable, and honestly, that woman is a very beautiful woman. I love her cheekbones and her face structure. She has these very beautiful soft eyes and this beautiful caramel skin tone. She is a beauty and talent. She was born in Detroit, Michigan in April 1988, which makes us the same age. And so I do feel that we can really relate, because we're both black, plus size. Well, I mean, am I plus size anymore? I don't even know anymore. But we definitely both grew our careers based off the body positivity and body confidence era, which, if you guys have been following along, I've been sharing how that trend has come to an end. And we're going to discuss that a little bit further, because could that have been the main or contributing factor as to why she only got 3,000 or 3,000, under 3,000 album sales for her latest project that she recently dropped. This is a multiple award winning artist. Lizzo has 4 Grammys. There's some artists that have been doing it for yonks that hasn't even got one. Give her flowers. Primetime Emmy Award, BET Award, Soul Train Award, and I think Billboard Music Award as well. Lizzo has also recently celebrated one of her major tracks, which is About That Time. Do you know what? I don't even know her music like that, and we're going to talk about that in a minute as well. But I know that song, and that has been streamed over 1 billion times, to which she recently celebrated. And I'm happy that she was able to at least celebrate, this in the midst of her loss, which was her recent album sales. Okay, her overall catalog on Spotify is actually at 6.9 billion streams. That's extraordinary. And that puts her within the ranking of between 60 and 150 artists globally. on Spotify. There are millions of artists on Spotify and she's within that range. So you've got to give this woman her props and you've got to just rate her, okay? She's done bits for her culture, her fan base and her community. Now, I did say I wanted to go easy on Lizzo because the criticism that she has got has been very, very uncomfortable to watch. Actually, I feel like some people are taking it as an opportunity to come at her if they never liked her. That's what it's giving. Because I understand that, yes, her album sales could have been a lot better. And I know she was expecting more from an interview she recently done on Swiftologist podcast.
I had all of these high hopes, I think, for what we would do the first week, and it didn't match. I was so excited because I met my pre-save goal and I met all of that, and then it dropped and I was like, oh, okay, this isn't what I kind of thought it would be. I didn't think it would be crazy, but I also didn't think it would be this. And I think that there was like 24 hours of my life where I based my success and my worth on a number.
She really wanted to see obviously a lot more. She put a lot of blood, sweat, tears and all of everything, and to her this was her best body of work that she's ever produced. For her to have the launch day come and for her to be waiting day by day for that 7-day week, 7-day counter to come and for it to be under 3,000, it is disheartening. I want to go easy on her. However, I don't know if I can really get past without obviously laying out some of the controversies that have been attached to her name as well. That could be another contributing factor to the lack of sales that she has recently. Some of the controversies, and this was a big one, and this is about 2019. I'll never forget it. I think she was at a Lakers game. She was at a game, like she was at a basketball game or something, or football game. And she was seen twerking in a thong. And I remember the internet light her up. Honestly, I mean, you did have some of the body positivity girlies back her and be like, anyone can do this. She's proud of herself. She's a big girl. She's proud. Yes, there were a few of those. But honestly, for the most part, people were a bit disappointed. And I feel that it could have been a bit of a damaging thing for her reputation. And when things like what has recently happened, unfortunately, those things come back up. And honestly, just my opinion on that, in case you're wondering, I do feel like there is a time and place for everything. And I think at that game or wherever she was, like, I mean, here in the UK, we don't really I think it was basketball, right? Imagine it was like a Man U or Arsenal match, and then even a skinny girl comes and does that. I'm going to be like, there's a time and place. You can do that at the beach or the pool. Doing it here is just a bit, it's extra, and yeah, I may sound like I'm judging, but it's just my opinion at the end of the day. But I feel that Lizzo, especially at that point, was so buzzed and proud of herself. And if you see her and the way she talks and just the way she carries herself, she is a very confident woman. And clearly she was confident enough to do that, to which unfortunately led to a lot of criticism and again scrutiny. Now, the most biggest controversy is something that is actually currently still pending, which is her previous staff or her former dancers. 3 of them have filed lawsuits against her. And again, you guys, this is a new territory for me, so I really need to be careful with how I am sharing some of this information, because I'm not a reporter, but I really want to iron this out, because she mentioned something in the interview she did with Swiftologist that made me kind of put 2 and 2 together. Some of the alleged things that she is being sued for by her former staff include sexual harassment, religious harassment, racial harassment, disability discrimination. I hope I don't get demonetized, good Lord. False imprisonment, creation of a hostile work environment, and weight shaming. There's a few other stuff. I can't get into all of it, but it's a lot. And back to that interview she did with Swiftologist, she mentioned that she had some fake friends around her. And let me tell you what Auntie Chanel with her tingling, what's this hat? NY hats. Hey, what I'm speculating here is she was got a bit too close to her dancer friends. Yeah. And so familiarity, what do they say? Breeds something. Me not remember. But you know, when you're too familiar and you're too pally, yes, I am from Harlesden, you're too close with some of your staff, they get so comfortable and you get comfortable and you be so much of yourself. Because whether the allegations are true or false, it's out in the open now, isn't it? Because I do believe, especially where it came to the weight shaming thing, because this now made her community and her fan base side-eye her. When those girls came out and they started, you know, saying all of these things that Lizzo had done to them, I can now imagine her community and her fan base had lost her trust and loyalty. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's not the whole crux of this video, obviously. I just wanted to bring to your attention that is perhaps a huge factor as to why it's affected her. But let me talk about something that is even the biggest factor, or the main catalyst, in my opinion, from what I've observed, including my experience as a previous plus size specific content creator, and how it made a huge effect on my career. I mean, her fan base is worth questioning. Like, Lizzo, who are your fans? Who is your community? Because they are the ones that should have supported your latest project, Abby. I know I'm not lying about that. And so what happened? I know that she mainly caters for, obviously, the plus size body confidence community. The huge peak of her success within 2019, prior to, you know, TikTok taking off, for example, is where she really formulated this community from being a big woman who was celebrating her curves and, you know, encouraging big women to love themselves for who they was, similar to what I did, but mine wasn't as deep. It was more on the fashion and styling front, but this was her major thing. And I honestly do believe her label, okay, may allegedly, am I meant to say that? Because boy, me don't want no problems, okay? her label may have somewhat manufactured this thing based on the fact that body positivity was now becoming a huge trend, because a lot of people seem to think that it's Lizzo who started it. It absolutely wasn't, with all due respect. It was people like myself and Stephanie Yeboah and Gabby Fresh, okay, and even let's give people like Ashley Graham and Takora Jones. These are plus size models, for example. We had been doing the body positive thing for a little bit, especially bloggers in the USA and the UK, all over the world. And Lizzo, I think she really emerged, or really popped out with her platform and with her talent, and really projected that globally. And I'm not mad at that at all. But I do feel that when you try to manufacture a community, I mean, are they going to stick with you forever? Because one thing is the plus size conversation, the, you know, be fat and proud conversation is somewhat distorted now. It's pivoted in a major way, because on one end, there's a lot of people who are doing up Ozempic and doing up Manjaro and GLP pills. That's what I've seen recently go around. And also, of course, weight loss surgery, like what I had. And regardless of that, people are actually taking their health seriously. Post the pandemic, a lot of us put on weight. I got at my heaviest, okay, during the pandemic, to which I was, you know the story. And that was a lot of us. We were at home and we were eating. And so in this kind of, you know, post-pandemic where we've lost a lot of family members and loved ones and stuff, a lot of people took their health seriously. And so it's kind of like we're now in an era where a lot of people are losing weight. Now, when I look at the body positive community now and what I have seen, it's not like how I left it. Let me just put it that way. It's very loud, and it's almost, with all due respect, it's given tacky. There's a content creator that I know that the plus size girls cannot stand this girl, boy, but she's saying what she wants to say, innit? So her name is Michelle McDaniel. Oh my God. All I'm saying is, if I was like still my size and she came about, she would have dragged me, because it's looking like that's what she does to them. And I'm not going to get into it too much, but what I'm seeing with the body positive community now. It's gone from body positivity with healthiness or body positivity with love yourself. It's really gone with, I'm going to eat all the cakes in the cupboard and that's it. And I'm just like, nah, bro, this is not what we started it to be. No. The whole language and the whole thing has changed now. Do you want me to really tell you who I believe her fan base was? Despite all of the fan bases I mentioned, Lizzo's fan base were white people. Yeah, they were white people. I mean, it's not bad. It's her music style. It's pop, okay? I'm her age, okay? We are the same age. And you probably would think because she's black and plus size and quite, you know, she's always been about being black and proud as well. That's what I love about Lizzo. She loves herself as a black woman, and she's never tried to be anything but that, you know? Although we look the same, I'm not her fan. I've never listened to a Lizzo track in my life, as in like gone onto Spotify and listened to it or like downloaded it on here. I've never.
You started sleeping on me. Don't you sleep on me.
And I think it might be my age and the fact that her music style being pop it doesn't appeal to me as a grown woman. You know, if we're talking pop, and if you want to put on some pop music for me to get down to, you've got to give me some Britney Spears, and you've got to give me a little bit of Backstreet Boys, okay, and NSYNC. And if we're over in the UK, honey, we're talking Blue and All Saints and Spice Girls. That is my level of pop. Otherwise, who are people like me? People who look like me, as in black plus size women. For the most part, our artists or who we like R&B music, we love hip hop music, we love Afro beats. So as you can imagine, her black audience is rarely there as well. And so I do believe the majority of her fan base were white people. Honestly, white people, white plus size women perhaps. I'm sure there have been a few black plus size women as well. I'm not saying that she hasn't had any, but again, I can see them perhaps being a lot younger than I am, because my pop era was in 2000s and I'm now heading to my 40s, and you know, I'm still stuck on Mary J. Blige and Alicia Keys and Beyonce, Destiny's Child. That is what I listen to. I think what it is lacking here is the fact that she doesn't have a solid fan base. Trends have changed, which has contributed to that. And, you know, being plus size and proud is something that is not quite celebrated right now. And then, of course, how long are people who don't look like you going to support you? And it's based on her music style. And I'm going to kind of speak about the things that I feel that Lizzo can do to rebrand, because she is lacking a pivot to get back on her game. I will definitely say that we don't really listen to Lizzo. We don't. And you know, I want to talk about the mainstream for a minute. The mainstream and our lovely counterparts being the white people in the mainstream areas, or that's where they're predominantly in. One of the things she mentioned when she was, I guess, not defending, but kind of responding to the backlash of her lack of album sales, is she mentioned that she was a radio darling. And I could agree with that. I would definitely sit in the back of an Uber and it's about that time is playing, you know. I think a lot of the criticism was coming from, but you grew up in streaming era. She did. Absolutely, and she absolutely benefited from that. But also, mainstream loves a good radio play. And mainstream, where it pertains to black people or people of color, unless you have a certain edge to you, which in her case was the plus sizeness, there's nothing much that they're going to use to market with you. Similar to me, I lost a lot of my brand partnerships and my brand deals because my focus was mainly on mainstream partnerships only. Okay, I rarely touched Fashion Nova. I did, but I rarely digged deep into it. And even now, I've seen some plus size content creators who were working with Fashion Nova back then, and they're still working with them now, because of Fashion Nova, also very globally successful and popular, is not quite considered as high street mainstream when it comes to fashion, plus size fashion. And so I've seen plus size creators still work with them now, even if they've lost weight. I was all about your Marks and Spencers and your F&F clothing and your River Island and the high street stuff, where it pertains to the UK high street, that is. And honestly, they all checked out. and when I made my previous video, people were like, oh, but you should have known because da 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 da. No. These marketing companies or agencies, they have their formula as to what they handpick. Even take it here in the UK. Who are our, and I'll call them darlings because I love the way Lizzo referred to it, that has herself being a radio darling. Who are our daytime TV darlings, the black women? I'll wait. Comment below. Are they not all plus size? Yeah. And if they're not plus size, they've got like a Birmingham accent or something. These, they know what they are doing to the T when it comes to selecting people of color for any mainstream opportunity. You're not just picked because you're beautiful and we love you. Okay? There's something behind it. There's something about you. With her weight loss and with the fact that the trend has gone, what use is she to the mainstream media? Think about it. I'm going to get a t-shirt that says think about it because I say that a lot. All is not bad. All is not bad news. Lizzo, I wonder if she will ever see this video. Who knows? But sis, I love you. Okay? I may not have been a fan and supported the body of your work. Actually, I take that back. Because I actually was at one of her concerts, okay? If you didn't know, she is a business owner. She partnered with, or she's got a business called Yitty, which is, I believe, a sister company to Fabletics. And if you have been following me for a while as well, I was a Fabletic ambassador for about 3 years straight. Every month you had a haul from me, if you recall, on my main channel. And so we were invited to a concert in Germany, and this woman sold out. I think it was a 3-day concert. This is what I'm saying. Lizzo is not somebody to be played with. This girl can fill an arena. So to have the lack of album sales like this, it's actually quite shocking. I enjoyed that, a concert. I obviously went as a, you know, with a, it was a brand trip to Germany, and I was in awe at the stage production and her presence. And, you know, she's really branded herself well. And honestly, when you even look at her social media now, she's actually still well loved.
My album just dropped and I don't think a poster's big enough, honey.
I'm a bitch, I'm a lover.
I'm a phenomenal black woman.
Actually, sometimes you can never know. Some people are just watching and spectating, you guys, you know. But, you know, she still has quite a lot. I think she's got a very engaging personality. And that has obviously resulted in her having such success on the internet. And so therefore, what is next for Lizzo? Pivot game. Sis, get your pivot game on. As a black woman, you are very creative, extremely talented, and I honestly see something along the lines of a Jennifer Hudson type of pivot for Lizzo, okay? Contact me, let's discuss. I will brand you, okay? I'll do your whole marketing campaign for you in terms of, I will really structure your business. Jokes, I'm joking. But it will be a good idea to see Lizzo do some type of talk show and host. The girl's got the charisma, the personality, and she definitely can engage people. Her concert in Berlin, I believe it was in Berlin, Germany, I went to in 2023 or 2022. 2023 or 2022. It was buzzing, okay? We went with, so it was even sponsored by Amazon Music and stuff. She's got a few good brands still willing to back her, okay? All is not lost for her career, in my opinion, because people are like, she's over, she's done. No, she's not. She's got it within her. She's a black woman. She's got black girl magic. And I tell you, if Lizzo just has the right team behind her, okay, and just puts pen to paper, she can redesign her entire branding, and she can be that girl. And in terms of music, her talent is obviously still there. And one thing about musicians is I don't think that they should ever stop putting out projects. So Rihanna, like, what you doing? Like, what are you doing? This is not even a song. Not even a song. But anyway, Lizzo has still got the talent. And if I were her, I would start changing my sound a bit. The pop stuff, allow it. Come to more. I know she's got some R&B bits in, but in terms of like a proper R&B project, like, you know how Beyonce done a full country album, she could do a full R&B project and have major featured artists on there. Some of the current girls, I don't know, the Ice Spices and I don't know who these Gen Z people are, you know. And I actually really loved her collaboration with Cardi. That's the one song that I remember. All the rumors are true. Yeah, red, black, and blue. Yeah, I made it up. I don't even know if it's red, black, and blue. I literally just made that up. But that's a cool song. I heard that before. Yeah. And so I really do think that a bit of a pivot is gonna bring our Lizzo back, okay? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. It's a bit new for me to do this type of content. Let me know who you would like me to do a transformation profile on next. There's actually somebody coming. She's a South African actress that I'm going to do a video about her very soon, perhaps this week, to come out next week. But I'll probably put a teaser on my Instagram for now. But thank you so much for watching. You guys will see me on my next video.